Hi. So, should we? We could, I guess. But, oops, I guess not. I guess not. So, no Inktober this year. That was a gimmick. The ink is sadly my pagoda ink that went bad. I don't think this lid holds tight enough. It tends to dry up, and now it's just too clumpy and ruined. It made a nice black spill there, but I can't use it anymore. So, and I have removed pretty much all the ink or into another bottle, tried to reconstitute it in that bottle because I thought this wasn't tight, but it's going bad in the other bottle as well, so I don't know what's going on. I have black ink in this one because I was trying to rinse the bottle. So that's what I spilled. It was maybe a little bit of black ink watered out in water. Anyhow, no Inktober this year. As you saw, I had the prompt list. I looked at it and I felt nothing. Nothing of the sort. I was not even one prompt that spoke to me. Though the first one was gargoyle, and I was just thinking, yeah, I did a gargoyle, what, 3 years ago or something. So, no, it just didn't speak to me. But I want to be here in October. I want to do art in October. So, I'm planning on just doing my own October art Arttober maybe, yeah. And I cannot guarantee you that I'll be here every day. I'll try. I'll do my best, my very best. But I have some things I need to do. I have a workshop, the last of the Matisse workshops. And no, you can't find those videos anymore because, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. They're not on my channel anymore. But I got one day on the 6th, I think, where I am busy all afternoon with that. And I have a trip planned with my niece. Her and I are going to go to Copenhagen um, for at least probably a couple of days. We are going to the Matisse exhibition in the National Gallery that the workshop that and so on was about. Um, so there's something there. I can maybe pre-record some videos that I put up to release those days, but yeah, let's see what happens. I'm gonna try. Today I got my little backwards book here. It's a sketchbook that I got started on from the back because I did this drawing here with fiber pens to see if it bled through, but the paper actually is amazing in this one. So I ended up doing all kinds of things and some collages mixed in with drawings and stuff. So at least today I'm gonna use this because I have here the last ones is collages. I'll show you those. And I got a couple of pre-gessoed pages here. So here I got clippings and cuttings and leftovers and stuff from previous projects. That's always handy to keep around. I After the first workshop, Matisse workshop, where we did the paper collages, I asked the instructor what paper that was that he sent us, and he told us, and I bought a whole package of it. It is white caduce. I have no idea what the English name is for it. This is actually a recycled packaging paper. If you have worked in any place where you have to unpack anything from pallets, there's often a sheet of this on the pallet and often between layers of boxes to keep things from sliding. And also the bottom one also protects from water coming up from the bottom if you have to if the pallet is transported close to the ground over dirty ground. It's really sturdy. It's you can get it in three colors. I got the white. It also comes in a burnt gray, leaning towards a little bit to brown, and you can get it in black. I just got a whole pack of 500 sheets, um, A4, and I paid about 13 euros or so for it. And I don't know how thick it is. It feels like maybe about 120 DSM. It's fairly thick, and it doesn't bulge very much when you wet it. So I've been cleaning up my gesso palettes because there's always something left on my palette when I've been painting with gesso. And some of them re-wetted better than others. So some of them are kind of pale, some of them has more colors, and some of them has yeah, some artistic expressions. Been playing around because anything goes. Because well, yeah, this one is not fantastic, but hey, I can maybe use that part for something and the other part for something else. So yeah, I got this. I got a good bunch of that. We don't have any clean clothes because the drying rack has been full of papers for the last few weeks. I got more, and these are ones some of them is that's a print of one of those I just showed you, and there's another one. I scan the ones I find more interesting, and so I can print them. And this is just a print of a digital drawing I did of my two cats. We actually got a new one, but she might have made an appearance at another time. There's some photos here of my own that I have printed out as well. Might be able to use those. That's... And then there's all these. And I think all of them are just the cheapest printer paper I could find. And, some of them I have done stuff to, like wrinkled this one up and painted it. But most of them is just painted with something. Some is for gouache. This is one where I cleaned up a mess that I made. Some is gouache, some is watercolor. Most of them is gouache. I think there's a couple of acrylics somewhere, acrylic gouache and stuff. So that's acrylic gouache that I cleaned up from a palette. And I thought I was going to do a landscape, and that's as far as I got. And so again, a little bit of everything. I just sit here and paint. I don't think too much about what I'm doing. I'm just putting paint on paper, and yeah. Some of them, as I said, I have scanned. This is one I have scanned. That is watercolor. That was a palette cleanup also. It's an amazing way to use your leftover paints. So we got enough paper to go with. Put these ones down there. So, and that's the papers I'm gonna use. My personal papers. So let's. I want to use cuttings today. I actually got a box. Oh, here's a very advanced one that I did, and that was actually the one that started the scanning. It took me a whole afternoon to do this. There's some watercolor at the bottom and a lot of doodles on top. So that wasn't what I was looking for. It was the box. It was just because it sat on top of things. So I have this box for little pieces that tend to disappear, and it's layered. So we can take this as well. See if we can find anything useful. So with the collages, I tend to just look at the papers and then something speaks to me, like this piece. You never guess. Well, maybe you will. I looked at that and I thought that was an interesting color, and I started cutting into it, and I got a piece off that made me think, oh, that looks like a petal. Here's one I did, another one. and I did this lotus, and I then had some other paper that was blue, and I made a green. So it's kind of the paper tells me sometimes, or inspires me to be used for something. A piece of cutting can also sometimes lead to an interesting thought. So here's the cutout of one of these dancing people. I made these two by folding the paper and then cutting it out. So maybe that can be something. Mm, that one's not for today. Here's the other one. So there's kind of all kinds of things in here. Here's the snakes. I did the same thing because I wanted them to be braided together and I knew they had to be mirrored. So I folded it up and cut out one. And how I fit all that into one page. I think I cut some of the tails off. I could maybe use this for something. Hmm. On that one. It's just trying to put things down a little bit and see how I feel about it. Not that one today. Here's some chunks. Yeah, let's take this one. Take that little piece off because I'm thinking this looks like kind of a knight with a helmet on or something. So we need a face for him. And we can maybe do it as a reverse type of face. Like that. Because that was the face I showed you before, and that's a cutout. Yeah, we got something going here. Do we want some green? Yeah, and this was where I kind of vanished into non-talk mode. Yeah, I was testing around some chunks and papers here, and this piece I had already used for hair in another collage, and I decided to cut some hair out from that. And the way I crumbled it and folded it up when I was doing it actually lend itself really well to some structure in the hair. And yeah, there was some bangs there, and that worked, but there was some pieces on that piece that needed to get cut out. Small scissors worked better. So that was pretty much the process. I tried to cover up the background with some other colors so that the pink only showed in the face. I forgot a piece, but I has a fix for that later. And yeah, this is pretty much how I work. I get pieces that fits and cut them in to shape. Sometimes I make pieces that I don't really need, but that's okay because they just go in the clippings stash. Maybe it is useful for something else later. I actually cut a piece of hair here because I thought I would like a piece like a lock of hair that could kind of come out like that. It just never really worked. So I ended up actually not using it at the end. And I don't glue anything down until I'm fairly sure about what I want. Um, this piece I ended up, and another piece I made shoulders and neck for because that I didn't want it to sit so low on the page if I should use just the bottom cutting of that. And here, yeah, I'm working on the background. But yeah, I'm overall okay with that. And so I actually is getting ready to glue things down. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Put glue on, stick it on. If I can remember where they go, can sometimes be a challenge if you have lots of pieces. And the adhesive power of that glue stick is not fantastic. I'm trying to just use it up. Um, it's okay. It does work, but you need a lot of glue on there and you need to push it hard. And for some reason, it really don't like to go on corners and edges. Even when I push it down into the glue, it's weird. So that glue stick, it's okay, but only okay, and it will only be around as long as I got it. When it's done, and I'm gonna buy another one. I got some other ones to try out, but I'm trying to use this one up first because I just know if I start using something else, I will never finish this one. And I am tired of things lying around that I don't use, so try to use the annoying stuff first. And yeah, glue is a little wet, so you might see the paper curl a little bit. Oops, 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 you forgot something. You forgot something. Got a big piece you gotta glue in there. Come on, hurry up before the glue dries. Oh yeah, there we go. But you need to glue that, so yeah. That's the good thing about it not being too sticky is you can actually lift it up and fix things. If you're quick. If you're quick. Otherwise the paper rips. So yeah, that's how the rest of it goes. And I'll just find some music for you for the rest of this. So that's what I got out of my session today. Piece of advice: if you've done something like this, and even if you're less messy with glue than me, I still advise that you leave it open overnight, because I got glue on the front and the back and everywhere, and it just takes one little glob of glue for you to glue your book shut. So we'll leave this to dry. And so that was it for today. It was a collage with homemade papers, and I hope you had fun. Much of it will be sped up because I wasn't talking half the time. Um, and this is a good example of how I actually do this. Just go through the papers and look for something that looks like something, and it turns into something. Um, Sometimes I just take a piece of paper and start cutting into it, and it goes from there. Thank you for watching, anyways. See you tomorrow.